Hello, and welcome back to the world of Arklands and to Mai's Academy. When we last left our heroes in training, they had a fun dinner party, we'll call it.
Fun.
With Caspian's older sister, Isana, arriving, sparking a bit of a tense conversation between Caspian's parents, Isana, and the party, as they found out some more details about the mission that they were here to do.
There was a camping joke there, but I remained quiet.
After some discussions, the party split off, each going to their own little corners. One corner was shared.
Don't worry, nothing happened.
Yeah, trust me, Ella's very aware. Caspian had a good conversation with his dad.
And is consequentially the only person who actually got a decent night's rest.
Harry got a fine night's rest.
That is true.
Well.
Ari did sleep well.
Yeah.
Hell knows.
Watching her the whole time, you creep.
No, not the whole time.
And then Crow, our darling Crow, had some trauma.
Yeah.
Had a dream detailing, reliving the events that led to her, hopefully, first and only. Well, there will be a second
Only
eventually,
death?
but I'm saying, I'm just saying that I hope that there's not plenty more of that. I hope it's not the first of many. Let's put it that way. But that depends entirely on y'all's decisions. And after waking up, was confronted by a warped version of someone she once knew. The dagger held to her throat. She woke up once more and took off into a stormy night.
It was a dark and stormy night.
It is.
We continue our mycelium murder mystery.
Gross.
Only after,
I like that alliteration.
Thank you.
and only after landing, finding a wound on her neck from where the dagger was pressed. And that is where we return for tonight's episode. Welcome back. So, Crow, do you intend to stay there?
Yeah, she's not moving.
All right, that's fine.
It's time to play hide and seek.
Then,
Or is
Got
intentionally
Loki
gotten
creature.
lost.
Nope, I am level 4.
then we'll return the next morning with, we'll say Caspian.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
I'm assuming Caspian will be the first one awake.
Other
And-
than technically Harry.
Yeah. Barry was awake, went and got breakfast, and then went back to Elle's room.
Okay. Wait, that's right.
Because Ari only gets 4 hours of sleep, so she got breakfast at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Which, to that point, I did plan on having Cass knock on Elle's door in the morning, so he will get up and he will knock on the door, completely unsuspecting.
Harry opens the door.
Ari opens the door. Because Elle is out cold in the bed. That was a natural
Elle
1
Yeah.
on the con
He
save.
fell asleep at the very end of the day.
Yeah. The adrenaline kept you up all night, and then you just crashed.
Yep. When she said, "I'm going to get dinner," okay.
Yeah.
Cass is just
So I
gonna
will
kind
say
of.
that then you would have gotten. I'm gonna say you don't get a level of exhaustion
Okay.
because you would get the equivalent of a short rest
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool
because
with
it's a
for at
couple
least an hour.
hours.
Yeah.
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 I'll take it.
Yep.
So I will use some hit dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 of those.
Cass is just gonna kind of stand at the
Good morning,
doorway.
Caspian.
Good morning, Ari. I thought this was Elle's room. I apologize.
It is. Did you need him for something?
Yeah, yes, I did. Is he awake?
No, he's sleeping. But I can wake him up
What's
for
your
you.
passive perception?
My passive perception is 11.
Yeah, that's enough. You audibly hear him snoring from the door.
Cass is just gonna grab the doorknob again and be like, "No, that's okay." And he's just gonna close it. Right.
They're moving along fast.
Can you make an insight check on Ari?
Sure.
Unless, if you don't want to. If Cass is just going to assume that something happened.
Well,
I think an insight check is called for.
Yeah.
Because this is.
I think he's just a little stunned at the moment. My insight only, what's that, 9? Yeah. It's just a 9.
Harry was in Ella's room.
There have been exactly 2 occasions you have had a similar situation, and both of them meant precisely one thing.
Yep.
Was
So,
it Callan? And rooms.
I told you. I told you.
We just had this conversation.
I mean, I think that is. We'll talk about that because I don't know if that's more of a suspicion I have or that Cass has, but we'll.
Yeah, it's just like there is one time that you went to Callan's room and Rose answered the door. You don't know what happened, but they were a lot friendlier the next day.
They were reading poetry together.
Yep. So yeah, Cass is.
That's what happened.
Cass is gonna leave. It's like, all right, I'm gonna leave that. Actually, Cass is gonna go back to his room, grab a sock, put it on the door handle. And then he'll be like, right. Okay. Moving on.
Ella has done nothing wrong.
No, but yeah, I mean, Cass doesn't know that. You know, Cass is taking what information he has and try to figure out the rest of the situation.
My poor boy had the best day and the worst night of his life simultaneously.
I wouldn't say it's the worst night. I'm sure he'll have worse.
He will, eventually.
Yeah. Following that, Cass will go and knock on Crow's door.
No answer.
He'll knock again. Crow, are you awake?
Still
No
no
answer.
answer. You can try the door.
You're not there, shush.
I think.
Shut up. What if I'm playing as the door? Because I'm.
Are you saying you're a
door.
knob? Because you are.
I don't. So Cass has enough respect for her to not just like open the door on one of his guests, unless he thinks something's wrong.
No, he does not have that respect for her.
Um,
He has that respect for a guest.
Which
Here's
she
what I'll
is.
say. Here's what I'll say. Is
She did leave the window open.
make. I was gonna say make a
Yeah.
perception check.
He would probably try to make a perception check to see if she was, like
Listen to
awake
snoring
and just
in the
ignoring
TV.
him. You said perception. That's a 12.
12. You hear the sounds of the storm outside, but nothing coming from within.
Okay. He will leave it and he will go get breakfast.
Fair enough.
Because he has no idea
No,
that something's wrong.
Yeah, there was a DC, and yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna, check and see if she's awake because I need to talk to her. Okay, she's not awake. I'll give her a little while longer.
Can you make me a con save?
Sure.
Oh no.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Good to know.
What does that mean?
It means that you're not getting sick right now.
Oh, fair. She also has resistance to sickness and disease.
Good to know.
Well, technically poison and disease, but yes.
Yeah. Well,
I think
is
that
it immunity
goes
to
to
disease or is it?
Resistance.
I don't think that's a thing.
I think you
It used to
resistance
be a
to
thing.
poison.
It kind of isn't in the modern day, but yeah,
Resistance to poison. All right, fair enough. Yeah.
because nobody uses disease
Yeah.
in D&D.
There's.
You just give it advantage.
I mean, it was a natural 20.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the
Crow
future.
might be immune to getting sick now at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But regardless, you go get breakfast. You, Hugo and Adira join you. Finn and Anya are would have had their breakfast earlier because they have tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
That's beginning at roughly this time.
What is the time?
I would say like about 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then that's not relevant.
Yeah. So, it's a pleasant breakfast.
Ari joins after probably like 10 minutes or so. No, probably only like 5. She's right behind Cass. She doesn't see him knock on Crow's door at all. She just leaves Elle to his
What's your
sleeping.
passive perception?
21.
There's a sock on Elle's door.
That's odd.
There's no way Ari knows what that means.
I'm very aware.
I'm gonna have her make a history check because we know Olive.
That I was about to say.
That is the one. Yeah. That
Yeah.
is the only reason you're allowed to make a check.
We know all of.
16.
16. No, that can't be right. you know what it is, but you are convinced you don't know what it is.
Maybe it's something different here.
Yeah, there you go.
She takes it off the door.
Yep.
And does she recognize it as one of Cass's socks? I think she would.
Does Cass have
Being through his
identifiable
doors?
socks?
I don't know. I didn't think that deeply into my character.
I
Okay.
do. Good job.
Okay, let's be real about this. Noah has one type of sock. You buy the same socks.
Yeah, because they're all matchable.
Why are you outing my boy like that? Let the man buy his
Hold on.
socks.
It's efficiency. If every single one of my
And so-
socks looks the same, I don't have to worry about matching them.
And so what I'm saying is Cass would think along that same line. All of the socks would look the same.
Except for special
Except for the fact that he has
occasions,
never done
religious
his own laundry a day in his life, and
Yeah.
he doesn't have to worry about that.
That's
So
also
it's entirely possible that these socks are embroidered with his initials.
That's true. He
It's
could have
embroidered on the
his
inside like a
Well,
underwear.
they're black silk with a CT.
Silk socks. No, absolutely not.
It's a thing.
Too slippery.
I think they would probably be
They're
wool.
sleep socks.
That would be fun in the kitchen.
That would be so much fun. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking the same thing.
That is, yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, yes, they are very clearly Caspians.
She takes it and goes to join them for breakfast. Caspian, you left this sock on Elle's door.
Yes. He'll stuff it in his pocket.
This is in front of his parents.
And Cass will just sit there and quietly resume his breakfast. No eye contact, just staring straight ahead.
With a passive perception, Adira kind of just.
She knows the conversation she and Harry had last night. They are inferring all kinds of things.
Hugo, keeping his head down, not making eye contact, trying to move the conversation on. So,
Elle through the door. Ugh. Oh, my back.
Oh, you are so far away.
No, it's 8 o'clock. He got 3 hours of sleep, 5 to 8.
Yeah, but
No,
like
but,
through
like,
the
you-
door.
We're in the kitchen or in the dining area. You're in your room still.
Yeah.
You're like, remember this house has wings.
Oh, that's true.
You are so
way
far
down the
away.
I think when
Actually,
Eric closed the door,
here's what
Elle
I
woke
will
up.
say. Natural one, you are not awake.
Really?
You are not awake
Even
until
after
you...
3 hours? Okay.
As far as your body's concerned, it's getting its 8. Until you are, with a natural one, until you are woken up, you are asleep.
I think that is fair.
Oh, man.
And Ari was like, he didn't sleep well last night. I'm gonna let him sleep.
Yep.
And she do Cass's
Listen, the next
parents
tell
ask
story.
where Elle is?
No, they do not.
That is a
He
conversation
will not
that
be bringing up that topic.
Yep.
You know
That
what's
is
gonna
not
be
appropriate
most
for breakfast.
Entertaining is that Elle is really bad at lying when he knows he's lying, but people have seen that at the dinner table last night. So when he's very awkwardly explaining, "No, we didn't sleep together," no one's gonna believe it.
That's assuming he's going to have to explain anything. Everyone's making assumptions at this point, and
They
no
are.
one
Yep.
wants to have this conversation.
And poor Elle is just none the wiser at the moment.
Crow is the only one who might flat out say it, but she's not here.
Yep. So, what are your plans for the day? Caspian. Yes, we, with everything we set aside last night, I think today would be, especially as the storm is only set to get worse.
Better get it over with now rather than wait for the storm.
Exactly.
Yes, I figure we'll have breakfast and then we will get ready and head out.
Yes.
I'm just waiting for the rest of my team to wake up.
But would you like me to send Joe around?
That's all right. I'll go knock again when I'm
And
done.
if you don't mind my asking, your teacher,
Morning.
yes, she hasn't joined us for any of the meals so far.
She is rather reclusive. Probably would be good to check with her, but she asked not to be, disturbed really until we were ready for the mission. So, Gerald and Cass will call over Gerald. Would you go check on her, just see if she's ready for breakfast?
Of course. Goes off.
Yeah.
This is a lovely breakfast. Thank you very much.
So glad you enjoy it. Sebastian, the dog, is sitting next to Hugo. He's just tossing scraps every once in a while.
You shouldn't feed scraps to a dog.
He earns it.
He does work quite hard. And honestly, it won't hurt him. Much more dangerous things have tried and failed.
Interesting.
Is this Juan?
What?
Oh, you don't know about Juan. I'll tell you later. It's a Silmarillion thing.
Oh, no. This is more like a bear from Person of Interest.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, tail thumping.
I thought about using draconic words to command him, but I was like, I don't want to rip it off. That might be too blatant.
So, what is the general plan?
Yes.
Well, I figure we'll go to the area that the damage was done. We'll see what happened, assess the damage, talk to people in the area, and then we can go follow Isana to wherever the wolf was when she killed it, and we'll see if there's anything in that area. Perhaps it was holding up there. Maybe we could find some clues.
Perhaps heading towards its whoever's directing it.
Precisely.
Returning to them. I think that's a good way to go about it.
So we'll canvass the area and see what we can find.
At that point, Gerald walks back in. Just walks past the table towards the kitchen. And a quiet moment passes as Hugo and Adira kind of just look at you with a kind of quizzical look. And Morning then enters. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
So, are we ready to set out?
As soon as everyone has had breakfast, please sit down.
I'm quite all right. I notice only half the team is here.
Yes,
El
the
did
others
not sleep well last night, so he's sleeping in a little bit more.
I see.
Yes. Perhaps I should go wake them. Cass will get up and very awkwardly and stiffly walk out the door.
Would you like my help with that? Or have you got it?
That's up to you.
I'll stay here then.
Cass will
Taking a deep
Yeah.
go back. Knock on Elle's door.
Sleeping dragon snores.
Cass will go to open the door. He will walk in. Elle? Elle?
Make a perception check.
That's like a 7.
7.
Cass is like...
Oh, I want to know what.
Cass is
you
very
know.
awkward.
Screw the dice. I want to know what Cass sees.
I mean, El would be fully clothed.
yes.
Yes, he also could have, but did not notice that the bed is perfectly made.
Yes.
Because no one slept in it.
Cass is not exactly
Doesn't mean
looking
anything.
at Elle. He's just kind of like looking around the room.
I'm just
Elle,
saying.
he's like just kind of glances down. Okay, all right, he's close. Castle. Elle. You all right, buddy?
Kind of.
You didn't sleep very much, I take it.
No, I did not sleep.
That's cool.
Almost at
All right,
all.
breakfast time. Cass will leave.
My head and my back are killing me going.
Just go to breakfast, Elle. Cass will walk across the room.
What is wrong with me? Okay, I guess I'll go to breakfast. I'm okay.
One of the few times that I think that miscommunication is hilarious.
Yes.
Miscommunication for comedy is funny. Miscommunication for drama is not.
Correct.
True.
And then Cass will knock on Crow's door.
No response.
Crow, it's time to get up. Crow.
Make another perception check.
Al kind of stops because he hears Cass raising his voice.
That is a 18.
18. There's like
Windowsills creaking.
when there's but the first thing you notice is a draft coming from beneath the door.
Cass, is everything okay?
Cass will use Divine Sense.
What can that penetrate through?
It can't be behind total cover, so I guess
Okay, yeah.
he wouldn't be able to tell anything.
you can't sense it
He
through
would
a
he would
door.
know that though.
Mm-hmm.
So he will.
You could have it active as you open the door.
Okay, he will go to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
He might wait because I know that Crow's not there. He might wait, and then when he realizes he doesn't see her, he'll activate it.
Okay, yeah.
So he'll open the door. Crow. No, not in the bed.
Not in the bed. The window
Window
is
open.
wide open. Rain coming in.
Divine sense. Nothing.
Cass?
Cass will quick jolt out of the door, look up at Elle.
What? What is it?
We have a problem.
Yes, and
Crow's
she's in
gone.
that. Oh, she's not in that room. What do you mean she's gone?
I don't. She's gone. She's not there. The window's open. She's not there.
Oh my gosh, this dead girl's going to be the death of us all. What?
There is the potential that she is affected by this death character, and that he has some level of control over her. We need to find her
I know.
right now.
She flies. She
Eat
could.
breakfast now. Actually, grab something for the road, and Cass will go back out to
Grab some food.
where Morning
While
and
they're doing
Ari are.
that, Ari kind of finishes her breakfast.
Didn't she already eat breakfast?
I mean, she's having breakfast.
Yeah.
She's snacking on like some fruit. And stuff.
I mean, it has been like 4 hours.
Yeah,
That's true.
she's
That's true.
snacking on some
Lunch and-
fruit and things like that. Just
Yeah.
very light, just to not be
You know, when
rude.
you're eating just because you're sitting at a table with people and there's food, you don't know.
Yeah,
what
I feel
to
like
do
the
except
first
eat.
breakfast, like she had like a half breakfast when she
Yeah,
first
she had
woke
like a
up,
scone.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
now she's having
She had first
the second
breakfast.
half.
Yeah.
This is
Just like-
second
A
breakfast.
scone.
Yes,
now
yes.
she's having some tea and some fruit.
Interestingly, since you're the only one there, Morning does not sit at the table. She like comes and stands basically kind of next to you, and is just standing there, and hands kind of not arms crossed, but hands just kind of folded together.
Had to do it to him.
She among
Huh?
us.
Had to do it to him.
She might be what?
Nothing.
Mrs. Tennant,
Yes,
I wanted to thank you again for the conversation.
of course.
Last night. It was
Anytime.
enlightening.
Happy to help. It's we have a unique life experience, and so I'm very happy to be able to impart any wisdom that I can.
It's much appreciated. And would you like me to give these back to you, or I can hand them off to Gerald? Was it to return to the library?
If you're finished with them, you can either give them to Gerald or even just leave them in your room. It will be taken care of.
All right, perfect. Yes, I finished them last night.
Did you enjoy them?
I did. Yes, I read a few to Al. I slept in his room last night just to keep him company.
I see. She is going to make an insight check.
Keep him company. Sure.
Your insight isn't all that high. Just so, did you think that did you think that Rangers were intelligence casters?
I don't remember.
That's fair.
I think I gave her like a because like what's her intelligence?
18.
Yeah, I think it was just because like she's smart,
That's fair.
not because of. I think I gave her a higher dex because she's a ranger.
That being said, that is a 19 on insight.
Yeah, she knows that they didn't actually do
Yeah.
anything. Nothing happened. Ari is stating the
very
facts.
Oh yes. Very glad that you had a good evening.
That's not helping the situation.
Adira knows, and she'll tell Hugo later. You don't have to worry about it. They're far too socially awkward at this stage. He might wish, but no, not yet.
You don't know. You don't know what Elle wishes.
That's why she said might.
Elle's very traditional. Which is why his brain got fried when she was like, yeah, I want to sleep with you. Huh? But we've skipped like 3 steps.
I'm not saying no, but still.
I'm not saying anything. We skipped steps. What do I do? I don't know how to process this.
And at that point, Caspian, I believe, comes running in.
Yes. Cass will like burst through the door.
Crow is missing. Elle yells from behind him. She left sometime in the night. The window was open, and she's gone.
It may not entirely have been voluntary either, so...
We have no idea.
Can we get started now? New priority. We can't start the mission yet. We need to find Crow.
Understood. Morning will sit up. Allow me, if I may. And she's going to cast Sending.
Oh. Locate creature. Please.
Creature.
She has it.
Find
Where
it.
is the creature?
Where is the undead creature? Creature.
She kind of places her hands together and closes her eyes, and you see her hair kind of like float for a moment.
Nice.
Fancy.
Her eyes open and
That's so very anime of her.
a little bit, yeah. Her eyes open and they are pure white.
It's very anime of her.
It's very
It's
anime.
very anime.
We live for it.
Crow, we noticed you were not present this morning. Are you all right? Where can we find you? And she takes it.
There is no response.
My gosh, she's such a little.
But because Morning was able to target a creature, she knows she's not dead or in another plane.
Correct.
Well,
Sending can go through planes.
It can go through planes, but
just has a chance to.
She's alive.
Well, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Well.
I'm just looking right below that to Speak with Dead. Maybe she should cast that first.
Well, speak with dead. The dead person has to be in front. So.
Actually, out of curiosity, could we use that to force Crow to talk? Because
I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Is it voluntary for the dead creature
It
to
has to
respond?
be a corpse. Crow is not a corpse.
Oh.
She is a creature. It wouldn't work on undead either.
Yeah.
Okay.
She keeps. Never mind.
Sorry, we'll keep trying to figure out a way to exploit it.
Just kill her first, then ask her questions.
That's so
That
rude!
actually would.
We can bring her
work.
back. It's fine. We just look. All we gotta do is just kill her. Then we make
Next
her
time
answer all her
Crow
questions.
dies in combat,
Yeah.
you guys are like, wait, don't res her yet. We have questions to ask.
Yep. 3
Speak with dead.
specifically.
You can lie. The corpse is not obligated to tell the truth.
That's true.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Nope. They
Can
can,
she
lie. They
just,
can
like-
refuse to answer.
Say mean things.
I
instead.
think.
Yes.
Like, get lost.
I think they are compelled
Suck
to
it in.
answer, but they do like know who they're talking to, and they can like there are caveats.
Yeah.
Actually,
Anyway.
what am I saying? I have the spell right here.
Anyway, we can move. We can answer this question later.
Anyway, yes. All right. She did not respond, but it does appear that she is still alive.
Okay, that's good.
See? I'm not dead. Stop calling me dead.
Both are true. They're not mutually exclusive in this situation.
All right. Eri, come here. Sit down. And she has you like sit down cross-legged on the floor, and she sits down across from you and begins casting a spell, which takes 1 minute.
All right. Aries sits perfectly still the entire time.
Yep. While she is doing that, what are you two doing?
Eating.
Yeah,
Fair.
Ella's eating. Cass will
Got
ask
some
his
bacon and
dad.
eggs.
Can you get us
No,
the clothes?
his thing is bread.
Yes.
English
Yes.
muffins.
Yeah, English muffins with some egg on them.
Do you want assistance?
I'm all for it.
I always like peanut butter in mine.
Okay.
Not peanut butter and egg.
And he gets up and
PB&J
essentially
with an English
doing the equivalent of going to make a call.
Ah.
Once the
muffin.
minute
Have it in your notes.
Sending stones.
is something like that.
I imagine he has some sort of direct line.
Like a sending
where he
stone
just-
little shelf thing on the wall. And you pick
It's
up
like
the
one of
stone.
those old like Rolodexes, but it's all sending things. The color.
Strawberry jam. Jello specifically. He puts the jam on the English muffin. What? Elle's eating.
Okay.
The poor man eat. He had a.
Once the minute
Busy
is
night.
up,
No, we didn't.
He read a lot of love poems. It was busy for him. It was hard to understand.
What is love?
Daddy, don't hurt me.
don't hurt me no more. Once the minute is up, Ari, you have foresight cast on you.
Oh, that's a good spell.
Foresight!
Yes.
That's a really high level spell.
That is a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
That gives me advantage on everything.
Everything.
Literally everything. Cannot be surprised, and you have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Additionally, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna fight.
Harry can start some shit now.
No! God, what's with the women in our party?
They are sociopaths.
Yes, they are. I'm sorry, Ari. And Evie.
All right. I do not have any specific ways of locating her.
We should call it baby break. Do a little baby break.
No, she's good.
She good?
She's just being a baby.
That's true. Just like Crow.
Got a little foot out.
So she doesn't get too warm.
Okay. Adira
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The ranger.
is, who's one of her favorite enemies is undead.
Oh,
Discount.
did she pick up? Cass was trying so hard to make sure that she didn't pick up that Crow is undead.
Until Elle literally said it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think he literally said it. He said something about, like...
Being alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which was not directly saying it, but...
Well, that does make sense. It is also an expression people use. Is that you're dead inside, or
Yeah.
are you even alive?
That's what he meant.
And Cass would
I
very
think it would
specifically
require
try to avoid...
That is I was gonna say a survival check because it's about like as a ranger noticing some of the traits.
That's true.
And that is a 27.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I don't think it's high enough.
She's good at her job.
Crow's in trouble.
All right. Sibby. She snaps her fingers and the dog is at attention.
Let's go. I love this guy.
Doggo.
Good boy.
Do you have anything of hers?
Cass will go to her room and look to see if he can find
He's
anything.
got a whole duffel bag of junk.
Cool. He will grab
things. Yeah.
anything that he specifically recognizes she's been, like, messing with or has held recently.
I think the bag itself works.
Okay.
Right. Yes? Let's move. Yes.
Okay.
You can take some to go.
Okay, good.
And you set out.
That was quick.
Yep.
I really wish I had prestidigitation because we're all going to be wet.
As the storm outside is getting...
No, Elle does not think to grab an umbrella.
Oh, that's okay. Cass is grabbing everybody coats.
Okay, good. Coats.
Yes, hooded coats. For
how cold is it outside?
For the rain and snow they get there.
It is...
I don't need that. I'm not putting that on. But thank you. I appreciate the...
Yeah, if there's no snow,
No, yeah, it's like...
It's not snowing.
it's summer.
It's not... It's almost summer.
Yeah, it's not snowy, but they get plenty of rain.
Yeah, this is mission...
In the winter, they get plenty of snow.
Yeah, no, this is the first month of summer, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, plenty nice
Yeah.
warm rain. Mm-hmm. Ari turns down the
though-
turns down the coat.
You would expect it to be warm rain. There is a certain chill.
This was the storm that was unnaturally moving.
It was coming from inland, yes.
Does this seem unnecessarily cold to Cass? Like unusual?
For this time, make a survival check with advantage.
Okay.
El's thinking really hard. Then he looks at Adira and says,
It's a 14.
"Is this jam sourced locally?"
No.
Focus, L.
Oh, I am. This is very good jam. Oh, on Finding Crow.
14.
14. Strange, not necessarily for this time of year, though. It's not usually like this.
Okay. I don't think Cass is going to think too much of it.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
something
not
he's kind
like-
of tucking away.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not so cold that you're shivering, but it's just like you would expect a summer rain to be a certain way, and it's not. So, okay, so is there anything that the three of you can do to help on this check?
I can make her bigger.
Who?
Whoever.
I have advantage on everything.
Yep.
Jeez.
Probably perception, and I want to have Ari. Ari would try and, in this moment, think like Crow would. So she would get up high, because she went out the window. She's obviously flying. So she would first go to the spot underneath where Crow's window would be,
Okay.
and then try and get up as high as possible and try and look.
Make
get
me an
bird's eye
acrobatics check, a flat one.
Flat acrobatics.
It is in pouring rain. You would have disadvantage, but foresight gives you advantage.
All right, that's a 25.
25. Yeah, you get up. There's a again. The city is kind of in tiers, so you're able to get on one of the street levels beneath the tenant estate and climb up.
What direction would be?
Take your one.
Thank you.
No!
What?
I said it.
Doesn't matter. I heard it.
So now I'm not sure if this would be survival or perception, but or maybe even insight on Crow.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to Ari's trying to think like Crow would, so she would
Where would
be
she go?
yeah. Where
I
would
would say
Crow
that's
go?
an insight check.
Okay. And I already have advantage on that.
Ooh, that's impressive.
All right, so that's insight 21.
21. Okay.
Away from the estate, down towards the lower city.
So what I'm going to do is that Adira is going to make the check, and what you did and what Sebastian can do, and if there's anything that the two of you can do, will lower the DC with each success. With the 21, that lowers it from 30.
Yeah. I think Ari would also try and just be perceiving in general, but
I could inspire. That's about it.
That, honestly, not a bad call.
Cool. So I'll
So you want to give
inspire-
Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cass is giving resources. I think he's doing plenty. AKA, I have nothing I can do.
Moral support.
That's fair.
But Cass will be actively looking. I think. Yeah, I might use Speak with Animals at some point if I need to talk to Sebastian, but
First,
that's probably it.
Sebastian is going to make a survival check. Natural 20.
I love that boy.
That is a good boy.
Yep.
good
He
boy.
he actually begins to pick up the scent.
Let's go.
So, okay.
Cass will be right behind him.
So the DC is dropped to 25.
Okay.
2 from Ares, 3 from the natural 20.
Mhm.
So Adira will make a survival check. What is your Bardic Inspiration die?
D6. But it's an
D6.
ability check, so you can roll it twice and pick which one you want.
I guess, can I try and just give help?
She already has advantage
Okay, that's true.
because she's trying to track them.
So I guess Cass will just roll separately.
Stand there, look good.
Natural 20.
Let's freaking go.
Found.
Yeah.
Your fault.
Which is a 31.
What?
Nice.
Oh, it's your fault.
Oh, my fault that I'm found.
Yeah.
So
My bad for making
between
friends, I guess.
you kind of take a look
I
out
wasn't even trying.
and are able to, okay, think about Crow. Think about if she was flying out into this. If she's flying out, she doesn't want to be near, so she's going to take a straight shot. Wind is going in a certain direction. She's going to be pushed that way, but it's Crow. She doesn't like to be pushed. She's going to go against it. And you are able to essentially get the direction.
That way.
Yep.
At the same time, Seb goes, point.
Yep. Sebastian is able to take it from there, and yeah.
Is there a way for Ari to basically stay on the rooftops? And
It is raining, ma'am.
Okay,
you
and
can try.
Don't fall.
Yeah, you've got to realize that if you fall, some of these falls are really
I
hard.
have fall resistance or fall.
Some of them are like
Resistance ain't gonna be enough
We're
if
not-
you're falling like
and I have advantage on
150
everything.
feet.
You do, which just makes it flat rolls.
And I like water.
All right, I need
Alright,
you,
go-
if you're doing this, I need you to make 3 acrobatics checks.
3 acrobatics checks. All right.
3 flat rolls.
Yep.
You're gonna like break her leg or something.
First one was a 19 plus 7, so 26. It's almost a natural 1. But I do have 3 inspirations still.
Yep.
So
You gonna use
one-
them when running on the rooftops?
Another 19.
Thank God.
Okay.
And 4 plus 7 is 11. I'm going to use an inspiration because chances are higher of me getting a better roll. Alright, 18.
This is
Total?
Elle stressing as
Yeah.
well.
Total. Unfortunately,
Yes, yes it is.
that is not enough.
What's not?
18.
18.
Plus? Plus?
However,
Oh no, it's 11 plus 7.
Oh.
however, that is high enough that it is when you do. We'll call it that. It's since it's near the end, you essentially kind of do a sliding jump off the last rooftop when you're getting close, and it is with an 18. It's not high enough for you to stay up on the roof, but it is high enough that you are only falling so long that you don't take any damage.
Cool.
Because monk.
Yes. I would take less than 20 damage.
Yeah. So you kind of slide off and do a tuck and roll once you hit the ground to rejoin the group.
Yeah.
But you spent a good 15, 20 minutes moving through the city, hopping from roof to roof. It was pretty cool.
Great. Elle's stress level is high.
Welcome to how Cass feels every day with the group.
I should be somewhere around here.
Is she within 60 feet of me?
With how high the checks have been, I'm going to say yes.
Nice.
Cass will set off his divine sense. Which direction is she?
Essentially around a corner in a alleyway between 2 buildings.
Cass will zip over there.
Stop.
Do you stop Caspian?
Yes.
Cass does not stop.
She grabs onto him.
Ooh, here we go.
This is Crow. If she's hiding, she's not responding to messages. This probably needs to be approached very delicately.
All right. Cass will rip his hand from her. And he will continue on.
Insight check on Cash real quick.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna incite that as well.
12.
17.
He looks concerned.
Does he look like he's gonna start yelling at her?
Nope.
It is.
It is not anger or anything like that.
That's
It is
what
just
it has-
genuine
I was
concern.
has a protective instinct and does not respond well to being told not to follow it.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right.
Even well intentioned.
Yep. That's what Elle was looking for.
Yeah.
And he's gonna back Cass up.
So you turn the corner. And what does he see?
You find huddled between a crate and the wall, Crow is curled up, holding herself, leaning against the crate. There is just, she's completely soaked. The paint over her eyes has streaked down her face. You can't tell if it's rain or tears or what.
Yeah.
But you know she's undead, but she has looks more like it than you've ever seen before, with just pale skin, her eyes are glazed, and she doesn't even move when you approach. She just stares straight through you.
Cass will slowly walk up to her, kneel down, gently put a hand on her shoulder. Crow. Hey. You okay? Are you hurt? And Cass will start looking her up and down.
Make a medicine check.
Can I help?
How close are you getting?
Right behind him, probably 5 feet.
You can give him bardic. Help would be inspecting her with
Okay.
him. So if you want to get up with him,
And
you can.
inspect. Nah,
But-
he's not gonna step forward that far.
I got a 12.
Yeah, a 12. Are you covering the wound?
You can see that she has her hand near her throat and keeps thumbing something on her throat.
By now, it has stopped actively bleeding. But you can see she appears to be mostly fine. No obvious wounds. No severe wounds. But you do see a thin cut.
Cass will gently grab her hand and pull it away.
She lets you.
Which is highly unusual for him. So he knows something's wrong.
Even Elle is like, oh, that was weird. She does not let him do that.
Can you walk?
She doesn't respond. She just kind of keeps staring.
Cass is going to take off
zoning
his
out
jacket, wrap it around her, and try and kind of help her up.
She lets him.
Wow! Wow, this is very unusual. He will lay on hands. He'll just do 3 points.
It's only 1 hit point missing.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. He's
I'll
just
take it.
I don't think you can You basically put in enough.
he's just doing enough to
Yeah.
make sure that
This is
cut
where the
closes.
numbers are important.
Yeah.
We can do story as much as we want, but when it comes
Yeah,
to the
it's-
actual numbers,
Yeah, especially with lay on hands, it's
Oh,
you
can
put
you,
it on.
Can you only do 1 health if she's only missing 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not like you can overcharge.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will lay on hands, make sure that she's, good. And then he will just quietly, just start leading her back to the estate.
She kind of follows along. She's very weakly moving. You kind of have to guide her.
Yeah,
in
oh,
the
he's
direction.
got, his hands on her right now, just, leading her back.
Cass, give me one of those coats that I did not take.
I don't think Cass was holding on to more than one.
Not thinking about Crow?
Honestly, no.
I think it's your,
Because it's like,
Bit of a rush.
yeah, they had no idea.
He got the ones for the
I'll-
people that
I'll-
were gonna use them.
Al takes his scarf,
Yep.
and I'm going to grab a couple pieces of metal from around, put them into the scarf, and cast heat metal on them to create a little hot pocket.
Ooh,
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
nice.
And so, I'm Elle. Cass, put this in her hands so that she can warm up.
And Cass will do it.
Yeah.
He'll kind of put it against her chest to kind of get her to
She
grab it.
doesn't really make the effort to hold
You've
on.
got
She's
to,
already holding herself. You push it
Yeah.
against her and she doesn't react to it.
In which case, Cass will just continue to hold it because he doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So he's just one hand on her back, one hand in front, just all right, let's go.
You perception check? Or
are we
perception
looking for?
or medicine?
For
What did you roll?
That was a 3 on the die. Should I use my inspiration?
Elle will
If
make
you
one
would
because
notice.
now that she's up and walking around, Elle is going to check her over. And make sure that she's
make
okay.
a medicine check.
Okay. We keep it on the freaking table. How about that? Nope.
All right.
The
is
one with
sick.
the
I feel like I want to use my inspiration
Yeah,
for
she should.
this.
Well, the Aerie who has foresight as
Okay,
well.
that's true. That's true.
Your 3 teammates kind of.
Natural 20.
There we
There you
go.
go.
Good.
One of us had to roll high.
Would you like have touched
Choose medicine.
Crow at any point?
I think I could see Aerie coming up and just kind of just making sure there's no like fever or
Yeah.
You would notice, not unsurprisingly, her skin is kind of on the cool side, but you don't feel her heart beating. There is no pulse.
Did she have one before?
not that you've ever felt.
Not that you've ever felt. No one's really gotten the chance to feel that. But it's just a thing you notice.
Hugo arrives because Adira had told him with 5 armed soldiers in plate armor. Okay, good.
We've got to. We'll take her back to the estate.
Allow me. And he's going to find a little alcove and begin casting teleportation circle.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Aerie, after checking Crow over, is going to go back to the alleyway where Crow was.
She would have dumped her wings there. She'll deal with it later.
Yeah, Aerie will go back, kind of, once she makes sure that Crow is taken care of, makes note of the pulse thing, she goes back to the alleyway and just looks it over, picks up the wings, and just is gonna look for any markings that Crow might have left, even subconsciously, or any signs of anything disturbed in this alley.
Make an investigation check.
Uh, 15 plus 2, 17.
17. So you don't find any markings per se. But I will say that with a 17, you're essentially able to track her trajectory and identify that she essentially crash landed. She careened into, you can see some scrapes on the walls that her wings would have left. A box that was piled on top of another that was knocked over that she just collided with. Where she was, and you can tell that when she landed here, she did not move until you found her.
Interesting. She kind of shoulders the wings. And any other, like, if there's any, like, bits of metal that she noticed fell off as she, was landing or anything like that, or anything that looks interesting in this alley, Aerie's gonna pick up that and head back.
Yep.
A little rock.
A rack.
A loose
little-
pebble.
Yeah.
A little treat on the side.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Within a minute passes, the teleportation circle is cast, and Hugo kind of ushers you all through it. You arrive at. It's not in the tenant estate.
It's like right in front of it or something.
It's very nearby. It's like the equivalent of like the closest bus stop.
Okay.
But it's like instead of a 20-minute walk, it's now a 2-minute walk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
They will lead her back in.
Yeah.
Lead her back in and then find a spot in the lounge next to the fireplace.
Elle's bread is all soggy now. So
Aerie will
It's okay,
take
we'll get you some.
the wings back to Crow's room and just, like, very carefully set them down, take some rags and just dry them off very thoroughly. inspect them to make sure there's no like loose parts. You know, if she found like, you know, a loose screw or something like chipped off or something like that in the alley, she would just kind of thoroughly inspect to make sure that nothing is damaged. And if something is damaged, she's not going to try and fix it because she doesn't trust herself to do that.
Yep,
but
that's
she
fair.
will kind of like write down on like a scrap piece of paper like what she's noticed.
Crow's learning to read so she can look over the notes.
Oh right.
Yeah.
But Ari intends on like reading it to her later.
That's her.
But like writing it down and like assembling like any parts and stuff like that. So like
There's a couple of
things.
pieces. There's nothing missing, but there are things that you think could have been knocked out of place, essentially, that you're able to make note of. Yeah, definitely.
So she'll take care of that and just get that all set up, and then she'll like turn down the bed and like make their room like nice and cozy for her to just chill in.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And she'll fetch some tea and magic teapot and just like
Yep. Gerald is already
Yeah.
on that. Don't worry.
yeah. She'll talk to Gerald about
I'm sure
tea.
he is.
Yeah, they're getting out the good stuff. for
Gerald
this.
is on point, 24/7.
Ari is kind of the okay. Physically, she's fine. I'm gonna just tend to other
Whatever I can
stuff,
for her.
and then when she's ready to talk about it, she'll talk about it.
Adira and Hugo will essentially guide you not to the library, but there's a separate room that is essentially like a lounge, which is a bit more open. Has a crackling fireplace, especially during storms like these.
Keep things nice and toasty.
Exactly. The room might even be artificially warmed through magic. In
Would
other
not
ways.
surprise me in any way, shape, or form.
And so, kind of guides you. There's a large couch, and then a couple other chairs.
Yeah. Cass will just lead her to one of the like most plush chairs.
She's
Just-
also barefoot. She left without her shoes.
Yeah. Hugo will press the digitate to dry off first Crow, and then anyone else who is.
Such a nice skill.
It's very nice.
Would running makeup
That's what I was wondering.
count as
Oh,
Yeah, I would
think so.
I think
if
so
you're
too.
prestidigitating and like cleaning someone?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I would say yes.
He probably would try to clean it because it's messed up.
Because it's very it's
Yeah.
streaking.
you've
Okay.
never seen her with it off before.
Yeah.
And so you see where usually she essentially has like a grease paint, like raccoon eyes.
Yeah.
You see around Crow's eyes is a like a geometric, almost like not quite fractal, but
Is that kind of like honeycombs or something?
Pentagons.
Yeah.
5-sided shapes.
Okay.
where it and
A
it's
network of them like honeycombs, but just like thin lines breaking away from her eyes like veins would. But it's oddly geometric. They're not veins.
Does Cass like recognize what that would be?
you can make an Arcana check.
It's not good for me. That's a -1. Oh, that's a good roll though. It's an 18.
Nice.
Probably not enough though.
18. Actually, they would be more triangular than pentagonal.
Okay.
Like just lots of lines jutting out and just lots of triangles and ending in like kind of you know how like Spider-Man's mask has like the webbing on
Yes.
it? It's not dissimilar to that, where
Okay,
it's the
that's
thick,
what I'm imagining.
well, not too thick, but black lines, but triangular in pattern instead of like a grid.
Yeah.
With an 18, nothing immediately comes to mind. But you can't place what it is, but you feel like you have a vague recollection of this, like of hearing about a meaning behind that kind of geometric.
Okay.
You can't remember what it was. Just like I
There's-
know I've heard about that somewhere. So you know there's something there, even if you don't know what it is. Yeah.
Cass will just kind of sit in front of Crow, like, try and shake her a little bit.
She's sitting kind of sideways in the sofa, just leaning her head against the back of it.
Crow, are you in there?
For just to ensure nothing untoward has been done. And Morning is going to cast a spell magic. Just in case they had mentioned it may
that's
have
fair.
been against her own will. If they don't know what's happened over the past 12 hours.
Yeah.
So it's just to make sure, covering the bases,
Yeah.
any active effects, but there is nothing to dispel. Spell slot is still used up though.
Sad.
While they're all just kind of sitting around looking at Crow, after Aerie finishes up in her room, she's gonna go. Is the garden like an open?
Yeah.
Aerie's just gonna go sit in the garden. And how deep is the pool? Where the
like the
pool-
pond?
Normally, not very.
Maybe like a foot?
No, like the water in it is not usually. Like, it could be deeper, but it's not usually more than like 6 inches.
Okay.
With the rain, it's threatening to overflow, and it's so you could absolutely like if you sat in it, it would probably like come up to
Waist.
yeah.
Yeah. Aerie's gonna sit in the pond space and just meditate and try and connect with Eroy or Lodir.
I'm gonna say, okay, I would usually give you advantage, but you have foresight, so I'm gonna lower the DC that I would usually require for this,
Okay.
and just have you make a wisdom check.
With advantage still?
Yes, you have advantage on everything, so yes.
That's so bad.
Wisdom check is 15.
If it meets,
Ugh.
Hey, yo.
DC was gonna be 20, but you would have advantage. You already have advantage, so the rain is not calming. You have a connection with water. The headmaster pointed it out. You have a history with it. You have sat in the rain, in storms, in both cold and warm. You have been in winter storms and felt what is almost sleet on your skin and still had it bring a sense of calm. This storm is like it's actively trying to irritate. It's disturbing your peace at every opportunity. The way that each droplet lands on your skin is just not painful, but just sharp in that way that it disturbs you from being at peace.
Make an Arcana check.
Go for it.
Something to determine if this is a magical effect.
Yeah, go make an Arcana check.
Wow, 22.
22. It is not. To call it a magical effect would not necessarily be accurate. This is not a spell, nor is it. It's more like there is intent behind the storm. It's not that someone's controlling the storm or influencing it. It's like the storm itself is angry. or spiteful.
Interesting.
There are a handful of creatures off the top of your head that you can think of that have the innate connection with storms to be able to do that. Storm giants can do it. Elementals of strong enough power can do it. Certain types of dragons can do it. Bronze or blue, both being lightning based. There's the Elder Tempest, which is the highest form of air elemental. It could be divine, but that doesn't really align with any deities you can think of off the top of your head. But yeah, the same way that the same way you can feel Eroi and his intent in dreams on occasion, without it being a magical effect, it's just his domain. That is more akin to this feeling of the intent behind the storm.
Ari was trying to connect with Eroi to ask for insight on what disturbed Crow so much that she would flee in the night. Okay.
I will say you won't be able to. This is essentially interference. You won't be able to do it here.
These cats have an indoor pool.
No, just an outdoor one.
You do have an outdoor pool.
He's not super bougie.
Okay.
He's super bougie, but not super.
Roll me a d20.
Do I get advantage?
You,
yeah.
You know what? Sure.
I mean,
Foresight!
That's 2 2s.
wow.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
Do I get to roll them both again?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
That's
whether
hilarious.
or not
Natural 20.
Whether or not you can entirely depends on how I'm feeling in that moment. I regularly give different answers
Yeah,
on whether you
valid.
reroll
That's
both.
amazing.
You are the DM.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. The rain can't get to you if you're underwater. Well, the fountain won't, but the pool's
You
deep
can just
enough.
lay
Yeah.
down inside.
Yeah.
Or the pool that works.
Yeah. The pool, it's not a problem with the water, it's a problem with the rain. So, but if you were, how long can Ari hold her breath?
It's Constitution modifier.
Okay, I didn't know there was...
Wait. Can clerics cast water breathing?
If it's prepared,
If it's prepared.
which I doubt it is.
Does Morning have water breathing prepared?
Morning's a bard. Creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its con modifier.
So 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, you think that's enough time for you to at least attempt. So if you want to go to the pool and do that.
While she's journeying over
Yeah,
there.
Ari
Al has
will
a question.
ask. Ari will find Adira,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make a quick intelligence check. Yeah, that's enough. That's a 13. She has the foresight to at least dry herself off so she's not sopping wet throughout the house, and tracking whatever was in the garden through
Yep.
the nice carpets and hardwood floors.
Al would not
so-
have thought of that.
Yeah, Ari finds Adira and asks for water breathing.
Yeah. Adira does not have it. She was right, spells prepared.
She doesn't have any spells prepared.
I'm sorry. I built the character 2 years ago. I didn't think about what spells she might pick up at any given day.
Well, again, it's,
Why didn't you?
rangers are one time, but regardless.
Yes, only clerics.
Do you have any scrolls
And
or
wizards.
And wizards.
books?
True.
You know what? It's a wizard spell. Hugo can take care of it.
Yeah.
So, yes, you can get water breathing.
Cool.
4.
Nice.
He will either have it. He will either prepare it or.
Very nice tonight.
Yeah. I also like the Baldur's Gate rules where it's like, if you can prepare spells,
You can
as long
swap
as you're
them out
not
at any
in
point.
combat, you can swap them out.
That's nice.
Ooh.
As opposed to being limited to just at the beginning of the day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good night. Why couldn't you have done that when I played a wizard? Oh, that would have
Because
been
that wasn't the rules,
amazing.
and the game wasn't out yet.
Oh my gosh! Wait a second. Can a bard do that?
No.
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 Yeah, so with that, now Ari will go to the pool and try it. Now that she knows she has a little more time.
Yeah. All right. You kind of sink to the bottom. It is a very odd sensation because you kind of have to force yourself to breathe in while underwater because you instinctually hold your breath. And there's a moment where it's almost painful as the fluid enters your lungs. But then that fades. You can see the rain pitter-pattering against the surface of the water above you. You sit and take a deep breath and focus. And so now, make a wisdom check.
Good luck.
That is a flat 20.
Flat 20. If it meets.
That's twice.
We
Morning.
survive off of those.
Morning has saved you.
Ari is going to ask for foresight every day.
Spell.
It's a very good spell.
It is a good spell.
So, do you reach out to Lord Deer or to Eroy?
Who would Ari reach out to?
Ari's going to reach out to Eroy.
Okay.
She's going right to the source.
Good call. Lord Deer is helpful, but
Yeah, but doesn't know everything, and she needs information. She specifically, as she's meditating and just connecting with the water, and it kind of becomes this sensory deprivation chamber,
very much so.
where it's like that's all she feels is just the water. She thinks in her mind, I need to know the story of Crow.
You feel yourself sink, and you're not asleep, but it is a very familiar sensation. You, unlike most elves, have been taught how to dream, and it's not dissimilar to what you're doing right now. You don't see all of it, but you see Crow standing in a desert, and in the same spot, it's like it's somewhere between like glitching and the one of those perspective things where simultaneously it's the Crow you know and a much younger version. Probably only 2 or 3 years, but it's less the age and more the trauma.
Yeah, more the way she carries herself.
Yeah. You see her standing there. You see green smoke billowing. You see Crow died. And those 3 images are what you receive before you return. Crow standing in the desert, the green smoke billowing. Roll me an insight check.
It's only an 11.
So the green smoke billowing and the moment where Crow's eyes closed. And you know innately that that is the moment she died.
So that's what she saw last night.
You don't get any more information than that.
Aries just kind of talking to herself.
Yep.
She's, yeah, she stays underwater, just kind of enjoying the sensation. Because I want to say she's done this only once before, where she got Olive to cast water breathing on her. And she probably stays there for a good hour
Oh wow.
Okay.
and just
She's not gonna
meditates.
come back and report.
Not yet.
You're gonna figure that out yourself.
Someone's gonna be like, "Where's Ari?" And someone's gonna be like, "She's at the bottom of the pool." No, she didn't die, did she?
Yeah. Yeah. She will stay there for at least an hour, I will say.
Understood.
It might be longer. She kind of, I think,
Unless someone comes and gets her, that's where she is for the time being.
yeah.
Understood. So back to the lounge.
Yep.
Crow, non-responsive.
I want to try and roll an insight on her.
Go for it.
Ugh. No, I'm gonna use my inspiration for that.
Cass, and you hear in your minds, what was that wound on her neck? And El kind of like motioned you to move away from the couch. He's standing. El has not gone into the room. He's standing in the doorway.
Okay.
Cass is just gonna sit there and reply. I don't know. And he'll look back at Crow. Crow. Hey. Talk to me. What happened?
I don't have anything left.
I didn't hear that. What'd she say?
I don't have anything left.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What do you mean?
Why didn't I stay dead? I would have been better.
I'm sorry, Crow. I don't know what you've been through in the past. And I know that there's nothing I can do to change it. I'm sorry for any hardships that you've gone through. But you're here now. And you are safe.
I'm not.
What aren't you safe from?
She clutching at her neck.
Yeah. She's distinctly, her mind is going back to something again, and she's touching where that wound was again.
Cass is gonna like put a hand on her shoulder. Who did that?
Somebody I buried over a year ago.
You sure?
There's no place I can get away. It always comes back to haunt me.
What does?
My past.
Cass is gonna real quick get up, grab a blanket, and kind of like drape it over her. Yep. Much like that. Crow, look at me. Hey. I don't know your story. But as long as you are in my house, as long as I'm around, I will do everything I can to help protect you from that.
She was in your house.
Which you will never be again.
Hugo and Adira do kind of... They're not like crowding, but...
Who was she? You said it was someone you buried.
There's the clanmate.
Elle is now standing behind the chair she's in.
You what?
Elle is now standing basically nearby instead of in the doorway.
Crow?
Miss Crow, Hugo, you're saying that someone assaulted you last night.
Someone I knew. But she's dead. And she was not alive.
But it happened here.
Her window was open when I found the room empty.
I presumed that was from when she left, but... Sebastian! Kind of calls him over. Leads him to right in front of Crow.
She, like, her eyes lay on him and it doesn't register first because she's kind of been looking through everything. And then there's a moment where it clicks and she kind of jerks away.
Don't worry. Protect her. And gives him a command in probably Elvish. And Sebastian kind of just goes and lays down in front of the chair.
I don't like dogs.
You won't get too close unless you allow it.
That's okay. Sebastian.
Just scowling at the dog. Very distrustful.
Sebastian. And Cass will kind of like motion for the dog to return.
Given a command at the moment, he's not moving.
Dad, we'll find another way. It's fine.
And he will have... He's not going to release the command, but essentially motion to give a wider berth. And so Sebastian will just kind of give like a solid 5 feet of space, but then just kind of sit and...
She eyes him for a moment, very suspiciously, but eventually her mind wanders again, and she's back in space.
Crow? Do you want to retire for the day?
I was going to walk around to right in front of Crow. He's going to put one hand on her shoulder, then the other hand on her other shoulder. Headbutt her right in the head.
Make it an attack. I'll say with advantage, she's probably the emotional equivalent of prone at the moment.
Yes.
Concussive
or
therapy.
Could not have
incapacitated.
predicted this.
22.
20. Yeah, that hits. What's your
He's not wearing armor.
It's a 4. It's 4 damage.
4 damage?
I think Elle takes it too.
No, I mean, I'll say this:
It
you
does
can.
hurt.
Yes, it hurts, but I'll say that you can split it between you. You take
There we
2,
go.
she takes
Okay.
2.
I like that.
Elle takes another 5 damage as Cass punches him across the face.
That's fine. Because like he is latched on to Crow and poof, does that.
And then Cass's
Stumbles back
immediate,
and gets clawed.
Cass's immediate reaction is to just deck him.
What is going on?
Ow! Ah. That hurt.
What is Crow's reaction?
done. Like, it worked in that it's kind of snapped her just a little bit. Not enough that she's pounding him in
No,
anger,
but-
she is present, her eyes are open.
Oh, thank you, Cass.
Inspirational.
I did say bang on the door.
Crow, did that hurt?
What do you mean?
Did that hurt?
Yes.
It did? Good. Then you're alive. And that is a good thing. You have two choices, to act or not to act. Being alive now, in the present, allows you to act. Leave the past in the past. It hurts. The past really hurts. But the question is, what are you going to do with the pain? Oh, you really hit me in the face. Oh, that was a good punch.
You're welcome to hit him again.
What?
Crow says to Cass, you're welcome to hit him again.
Cass looks at Elle
It would
sideways for a moment.
It would be warranted, yes.
I think you got the message. Lay on hands, and then
Warning is
lay
going
on
to
hands.
cure wounds first.
Okay.
Because he took 2 instances of damage. So yeah, you're back to max.
That was so chaotic.
Second time Elle has dealt damage.
Understandable. Protecting his friends and therapy.
Yep.
Protecting his
Yep.
friends and protecting his friend's sanity.
Bingo.
Elle is well versed in percussive maintenance.
There you go.
Look,
Crow is doing
Rafiki knows what he's doing. That was the inspiration for that.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Doesn't matter. It's in the past. Yeah, but it still hurt. Yeah, the past can hurt.
Cass will lay on hands. How many points?
2.
2.
Hey, look, it's now added up to the 3 you wanted.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Thanks.
I love the just habitual or just like Cass just hauling out and punching her right in the face for that.
yeah.
Totally warranted.
You just randomly went up and headbutted her.
I fully believe Elle got knocked to the ground.
Oh yeah, he fell over.
Yeah.
Because what's your strength, Mon?
I have a 18 in strength.
Yeah, you beat me.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a hard hit.
You just staggered a half dragon. Well done.
Yep.
I'm only level 4.
Crow doesn't say anything in response to what you just said, but she does seem notably more alert than she was before.
I should hope
There's
so.
less cloud over her eyes.
You going to be okay, Crow?
As long as he doesn't do that again.
No, that hurt me too. And Cass has a wicked right arm. Oh, that hook. Did you take boxing lessons?
I sparred with my brother for the last 40 years.
You poor thing. How many?
4.
Oh, I thought you said 40. I was like, whoa.
Not that old.
He is a half elf.
That's why I was like, whoa.
Gerald is bringing. He does bring some tea, but being good at reading people because it's his job, he also just brought hot chocolate
Nice.
and some black coffee.
She'll take the coffee.
Yeah.
She doesn't really drink it. She just kind of holds it in her hands. But there's something comforting about the
Yeah.
warmth, the smell.
Cass will take the hot chocolate.
Yes, it does.
That
And
leaves
then-
Elle with the tea. Is he gonna drink it?
I was just kind of sitting on the
There's
floor
more
right
than
now.
one cup of hot chocolate.
Al never really got up.
Cass will just sit down and just sit in the room.
You don't have better things to be doing.
Currently, no.
This is the best thing we could be doing.
I'm finding the more things you say, the less convincing they are. After that's done.
Well, It's what Dio would do.
To be fair, fighting someone is fairly high up on Crow's priority list of things to be doing. So.
Oh, El got his fair share of headbloods.
Oh, yes. He was raised by a literal bull.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
El's skull is just a little bit thicker than everybody else's.
It's like how in like karate people would like break their bones, like micro fractures. El's got that in his skull.
Yep.
That's why
toughened up.
it didn't take as much damage as it could have.
It's a while before Crow says anything else.
That's okay. Cass will sit there. I imagine El does too.
El's not moving.
Yeah,
They're just
Hugo
chilling.
and Adira kind of have a conversation off to the side in hushed tones. Morning is, again, not sitting, just
Standing nearby.
Yeah.
Can I insight that?
Go for it.
Have you been waiting for one of us to do that?
Listen, she's got her quirks. It is entirely up to you. What you
18.
do. 18.
Like, what's the stance?
She just is.
Is it like,
It's a relaxed stance. It's not like there's no tension.
so not at attention.
No.
She's just
like-
morally opposed to chairs.
Is it like a religious thing at that point, or?
You know what? I will say you can make a religion check.
Oh, that doesn't help me.
It's funny because her hero forge is her sitting.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason for
That was
that.
so close. So close.
That is a non-natural one.
No idea.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, so no on the religion, but on the insight.
You ask.
like-
I mean, here's what I'll say. You ask the question to yourself. You have no answer, but you're like, is it a religious thing? Is it a like you? L has that question in his mind. He has no answer.
No, it's
but
just-
he has
it's
the
there.
question.
Fair enough.
It is in his mind,
Yep.
taking up a lot of space at the moment.
After that while of not speaking, Crow finally.
How long is a while? Are we talking
5
5 minutes, or are we talking half an hour?
5 or 10 minutes maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Storm just goes outside. Fire crackles, but otherwise the time passes with you just sitting in the room.
Fine. I'll tell you guys what happened. But I need time. And I need Grave there.
Okay. That's fine.
I owe you that much.
You tell us what you feel comfortable telling.
It's
But
not
we
gonna
will-
work out if I keep avoiding. Might as well.
And we're going to sit right here. We're not going anywhere.
Do you want Grave here now, or do you want to wait?
We have a mission. And I need time.
Are you going to be okay?
I never know the answer to that question.
All right. Then stick close. Okay? And anytime you need us, we're here.
I don't.
With that in mind, Morning kind of speaks up. We do have an objective here.
Holy crap, that's right. You had the whole mission planned out.
I did. And then, as usual, a wrench was thrown into my plans, so let's give it a little bit of time,
Okay, because this hot
We'll
chocolate's
go-
very good.
and we will go investigate. Does that sound alright?
She was Pale Beast.
What do you mean? Who was Pale Beat?
The one who showed up in my room.
What do you mean she...
A
like
pale
she
beast
was
showed up.
Pale skin.
mycelium.
And you knew this?
Cass will
Something else mind clicks.
Cass will walk over to Elle, lean right up to next to his ear. Watch her. Right?
You get back in your head, of course.
And
You don't need to do that. We can communicate telepathically.
You can.
yeah.
I have the gem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Either way, Cass will turn to Crow. I'll be right back. And Cass will go find his dad.
He's still in the room.
Okay. Well, then he will go up to his dad. Are those 5 still ready?
Oh, yes. They've been standing outside the door.
Death knows we're here. He knows how to get in. I think for sure we know that he'll keep coming. We need to find him fast.
Yes.
I think...
Ella's showing you a scarf.
She's ignoring.
He knows. He's still telling you about it. I found it at the thrift store. It was on sale. No, that's true.
It was handcrafted.
It was handcrafted. I didn't want to say, but I did.
Did your dad make it for you?
I think Rose did. Yeah,
Wow.
So attached to it.
of course. Yeah. I'm kidding.
I want to give Crow a little bit more time. And then we'll head out. Can we have a guard posted?
At all times.
Thank you.
That was perfect timing. I love it.
Caspian, I don't know what the hell he could have done to them. There were 300 people in that camp.
Cass will walk over to her. Don't think about that right now. Let's focus on the mission at hand.
What if...
Don't think about the what ifs, Crow. Not right now. We'll take it as it comes. For the time being, let's just focus on what's happening now. You don't know that he's taken all 300.
Why not? Why wouldn't he?
Well, we don't know if he's that strong, first of all. Second, that's a lot of moving things around for one guy. There's quite a few reasons.
Crow,
So,
I don't want you to worry about that at the moment. If you want, we can look into it. But right now, let's focus on the one that's here and the mission that we have. Can you do that? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cass will kind of just like rub her arm a little bit, you know, try to be like the reassuring, like, okay.
And she actually lets him.
Wow, this is progress.
Ella's kind of going to take Morning aside away from everyone's earshot real quick. Can you do the sending thing one more time? Can you contact Grave?
Of course. What would you like me to say?
What is the limit on his ability to bring someone back to life?
Graves.
Yes. Like, how long before he can not bring them back?
I certainly can, but that might be a conversation better to be had in person.
If you want to see if he can show up here, I would not say don't ask.
If you're referring to Crow's clanmate, however, once someone has been raised as an undead, they cannot be brought back to life.
Really?
that the vessel is now occupied with another entity.
Where does the soul go?
The soul has moved on.
And it can't be returned?
Not to that body.
Huh.
And there are reasons that certain spells like Gentle Repose exist to prevent such a thing from being done. That protect the body and the soul's connection to it.
So there's nothing that we can do then?
There might potentially be, but it would not be conventional magic.
I don't think that would be good for them or for Crow.
What I mean is, we would be delving into unknown territory. Not impossible, but not widely known.
What is this magic?
Not a specific kind, more so that it's a realm that has not been delved into.
Can I learn this?
We can attempt to.
Okay. Could you still message Gray for me, please?
I can.
Thank you. We'll talk about the whole bringing the dead somewhere else later.
Meanwhile,
Oh yeah, by the way, Cass is gonna look for Aerie.
speaking of, Harry, you still have the spell Foresight.
Mm-hmm.
The wording of the spell says that you were given brief glimpses into the future. And you see in your mind, you're just sitting at the bottom of the pool, and you hear thunder before the lightning hits for just a moment. And your heart rate suddenly rises. You don't know why, but your adrenaline is pumping.
She's gonna take a minute or a few seconds to try and calm herself, but it's even more difficult because she's not used to breathing water.
Your fight or flight is firing on all cylinders.
Aries gonna push herself back up to the surface. Kind of coughing a bit.
Yep.
As she,
Comfy transition.
yeah,
Very much so.
you know, babies go through that when they're being born.
They do.
But, and she's gonna, as she's kind of just there treading water for a second, look around, focus, and try and focus past the rain for any miscellaneous sounds, people approaching, things flying overhead.
Make a perception check.
With advantage. Let's go. Come on, natural 20.
That's it's only a 14.
14?
8 and a 2.
Yeah. You
Oh, absolutely roll one of those again. That's ridiculous.
All right.
Go for it.
roll that 2.
It's a 3.
So,
That
14.
sucks.
Should have rolled the other dice was a natural one, so.
Fair enough. A 14.
Here was my headbutt inspiration.
With a 14, you don't hear anything specific. But you also know that this sensation is not coming out of nowhere. Part of the wording of Foresight is that you cannot be surprised. This appears to You're able to logic out that this is possibly an extension of that. But you feel the need to move.
She gets out of the pool.
Yep.
Lightning strikes.
Into the pool. Oh yeah, that would have been bad. That's a lot of damage.
There is a bolt of lightning does strike the house. However, there is a the
Lightning
equivalent
rod.
of a lightning rod
Nice.
near the top. Wouldn't catch everything, but
I need to find Elle. And she's gonna go back into the house. And yeah. Probably run into Cass on the way there.
I was literally thinking that you literally
Smack.
bump into him.
Oh, Caspian, you'll do.
Nice.
Something's coming.
What do you mean something's coming?
Something's coming. I can, whatever morning did to me, I can see briefly into the future.
Come on.
Something's coming.
And Cass will go back to Crow and Elle.
As you arrive, there is a guard speaking to Hugo. It is not one of the claws. It is one of the estate guards saying something to your father.
Ella's sitting next to Crow on the couch.
Cass is going to go up to...
Make a perception check. See if you can hear what the guard is saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cass is going to walk up to his dad.
Eric can read lips. Can she read lips?
13.
13. He's not necessarily keeping quiet, but he mentions someone at the gate.
Yeah. Depending on which guard it is, some of them have helmets.
Yeah.
I guess he could take it off.
Yeah.
He's talking to
it
you.
is currently on, but
Okay.
yeah. He's not intentionally keeping it quiet. He's just directly talking to Hugo.
Yeah.
It appears that we have a visitor.
Wait.
What does he look like?
Something bad is coming.
Someone riding on a pale horse.
That would be death.
So I gathered.
Cass will look to two of the guards. You two, stay with them. And Cass will accompany his dad.
Ari goes with him.
Cass will turn to Ari. Ari, I would prefer you to stay.
And I'd prefer to go.
I want you to make sure that the others are safe.
With all due respect,
The
this is
morning.
morning, speaking of. I believe you are all safer together.
Crow? We need to go to the gate.
Death is here.
I mean, you could have led into it a little bit just a little softer.
It's your favorite thing to
Just
say.
Eddie! We'll stand next to you.
I'll stand in front.
I'll kind of inch my way in front of Eddie and you two. But, still next
No,
to each
you
other.
should stay behind me today.
I'm okay.
How long does it take
Everyone
for Cass to put
stand
on his armor?
behind each other
Like
and
15
listen.
minutes?
So
I'm fine.
Not like 5.
5?
I
Everyone
slept
just
Probably still
like
too long.
arms.
I think it's possible you would have put on your armor before you left to find Crow.
Nope. I specifically did not equip my armor
Okay.
in D&D Beyond, so
Fair.
he is not wearing any armor at the moment.
Please put your armor
Ari
on.
is sopping wet.
Please.
Yep.
I
Hugo
would
just-
like to, but
6
death's at the gate!
Oh, thank you.
You need summonable armor.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We'll get there.
Would Cass's dad recommend for him to go put his armor on?
It's gonna take 10 minutes.
He knocked at the gate. He can wait.
Thanks for being polite about it.
He wants to be polite. He can wait for us to
I
get
think
ready.
that there is a set of. There's at least one set of.
Like a basic guard armor?
The cast-off armor?
Yeah, but like cast on armor
Okay.
that you can.
Does
borrow.
Kellen have an extra pair?
He probably would have taken it with him.
Yeah.
However, I'm sure there is guard armor.
Yeah,
So,
you-
Cass,
so-
Cass just looks like a guard now.
Hey,
Yeah.
now, how far away from
Of course they
the
get
guest
over.
rooms
Who
are
has
we?
the better
From the guest rooms?
Yeah.
Talent, obviously.
I don't know, maybe like 100 feet from that hallway?
You hear in your head, Eddie, Go get crow's wings, please.
She can summon them.
Yes.
Oh, you can?
Crow can summon.
That's pretty sick. Okay, cool.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
So you make your way to the front,
Yep.
and sure enough, there's kind of like the road that comes, and then there's a fountain in the middle, and it circles around before there's the steps to the main, and a morning ship is off to the side, and sure enough, outside of the gates, you see a cloaked figure on a pale white steed.
Cass will stand somewhere, he'll stand directly in front of Crow, but he will try to be as close to his dad as possible. Because I imagine his dad is the one, at the front. Cass, by the way, has his spear in hand.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Aria's got her staff in hand and has inched in front of Elle.
Elle's arms are folded. Just him at 6'3" height. Just
Tall.
I'm intimidating. I have no weapon, but I'm intimidating. Who cares if my armor class is 12? I'm big.
Cool. The thunder and lightning gets louder.
It glitches a little bit.
This storm is unnatural.
The figure on the steed raises a hand. And the earth at the gate pushes the gate itself out of the way, tearing it from the hinges as the earth itself rolls and moves like it's living. And the horse just slowly walks forward. The sound of its hooves on the cobblestone ringing out even in the rain. The figure's arm drops, and you see a long staff with a curved blade at the end. A scythe.
It's dead.
Yeah.
The blade itself is of a white metal tinged on the edges with black. Is anyone proficient with religion?
Nope.
I'm half proficient. Bard.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Make a roll.
12.
12?
13 minus 1.
Nice.
Dang. Come on, someone give me inspiration. Do we have any more? I want to know what this is.
I've got one, but I'm
Save your
saving it.
inspiration.
What?
I'm
Save
saving
it
it.
for
That's
an
fair.
important moment.
That's true. We're not going to fight tonight. I hope.
I wouldn't mind
He
it.
kind of trots. Not trots, but just walks forward. Are any of you doing anything? Or are you just...
So who's around us? I need, well,
So
Cass is-
it is Hugo, Adira is standing behind, the four of y'all, Morning. Sevi is standing next to Girl, a little bit of a distance.
She hasn't even noticed at
Yeah.
this point.
And 5 heavily armed knights, and then at least another 5 guards that are for the estate specifically.
I hope you can afford that property damage. This is a very expensive piece of land.
Elle, don't antagonize him,
He
please.
sits upright, and the hood kind of falls back, and you see a completely bandaged. There's only a small gap for the eyes. You see underneath the cloak the entire body being bandaged, down all the arms as well.
I wonder who this is.
Oh yeah, I have a theory.
I have a theory too.
Bet you it's the same theory.
Maybe. We gonna find out.
How wonderful.
Could you turn the sound down a little bit?
To meet face to face.
Well, we can't see your face. It's hidden behind all those bandages.
I think the remote died.
Yeah. Well, since you took such an interest in me, I thought it polite to do the same.
What do you want?
What we want is none of your concern.
I think it is.
Not if you won't be alive to see it.
Cass will walk up to Death, like, face to face.
Well, face the bandages.
Well,
He's
yes.
on a horse.
Face the horse.
Make Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Oh
hey.
no.
Oof.
He's gonna get sick again.
That's a 6.
6.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
As you approach him, you take. What? Oh, that one of the tracks changed.
Yeah.
It's fine. You take 10 necrotic damage. As you enter, there's just this. As you get close, you kind of just.
Yeah.
There's
Upon
this,
realizing Cass will take a step back, just outside of the range.
Yep, it's a 10-foot range.
Okay.
Jeez.
Suck.
Do not ever threaten my friends or my family.
I do not threaten.
It's a promise, then.
I do have one thing I must say. Thank you, Elios.
For what?
Such a wonderful idea.
I don't think it was mine.
As you see lightning crack through the air, illuminating a silhouette.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
The blood of a dragon is a powerful thing. As a pale dragon descends, a pale, formerly blue dragon,
I'm sorry, guys.
and lands on top of the tenant estate, roaring loudly as thunder crashes around.
You have made your last mistake.
No, I hope he makes a few more.
That is cheating.
Morning looks at you. Looks at Death. And at the dragon. And she looks afraid. Elle, you've been the one to use it the most. You have an ability to see
The challenge rating? Let's use it on Death and the Dragon.
Death is challenge rating 18. The dragon is challenge rating 20. And Morning just whispers, "Run." And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
What have you brought on my home?
Your
Saw
family's
this
gonna
coming.
die.
There are children here!
And
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you sure that they wouldn't be tutored in the estate?
They
have a...
They could, but it's, social skills. There's like local tutors that they go to.
It's like every other day.
Yeah.
They have a separate tutoring center that's it's part of the tenant estate, but it's far enough away that it's still a separate building.
It's only used by a bunch of the noble families. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a what's the homeschool term?
Well, level your parents.
Where it's
a co-op.
No.
It's where
when the
co-op. It's a
co-op.
co-op. Yeah.
It's on. Yeah.
I heard you.
I'm invisible.
No, it's okay. I heard you.
Thank you.
But-
Somebody
I
knows.
wasn't listening.
Yeah. We know.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you guys next time. Good night.